Speeches come and go, and powerful words are always given by leaders of different countries. Speeches that make you think and ultimately empower your country as a whole unit, moving in tandem together, each individual piece puzzled together as part of a greater and more beautiful picture of what your nation is becoming. We hear these speeches from presidents and prime ministers all the time. They're wonderful, but in all honesty, how many times have you heard a speech from a public figure only to realize that it was just word salad and flossy Nazi nihilification that was candy to your ears, but you look back and you realize it didn't add up to squat? Well, finally, this one is different on every level. People are asking, how come there were over 30 heads of state and prime ministers during President Mahama's swearing-in ceremony for the Ghana presidency, but it's only Ibrahim Traore who was cheered very loud and genuine? Is he the only leader in Africa who truly understands the needs of the majority of African revolutionaries and Gen Zers? And remember, the Gen Zers of Africa make up 70% of a 1.4 billion population. This speech here is different because the person giving the speech, President Ibrahim Traore of Burkina Faso, isn't just talking like a Buddy the Elf on a shelf, or Buddy, the Elf movie, trolling dreams to children during storybook time like, oh, I passed through the 7 levels of candy cane forest, through the sea of swirly twirly gumdrops, and then I walked through the Lincoln Tunnel. This is not that at all.
What would your comment be? Okay, this is to tell you that it is often tiring, it's tiring, but the only thing that keeps us going is the love of the people. We look forward to organizing elections based on African principles of justice. We do not want people to learn this politics from elsewhere and come and apply it here. We want to create a model that suits our people here.
The speech given by this man, who has had more assassination attempts on his life than any other leader to ever walk the earth, I believe it stands to around 19 now. Well, maybe he's second only to King David 2,000 or 3,025 years ago, 1,000 years before Christ. This man, Ibrahim Traore, who's been hated by almost every country in the world besides Russia, and also hated by most countries in his home continent of Africa. Why? Because he's defied the status quo of taking over a country for self-gain. And he's turned what the media in the West was calling an angry mob-formed coup leader. He's flipped that script into what is now, the headlines read, the greatest revolutionary victory that Africa has ever witnessed on camera. It's actual reality and truth of what has happened and what can happen if other sovereign countries join together in his agenda to make the people of Burkina Faso in Africa independent from the north, south, east, and the west, mostly the west. No more loans from IMF or World Bank or handouts from Western countries. That is a recipe to produce corrupt and fake leaders. He's stopped that completely in his country. And now, people of Burkina Faso have been fighting and dying with honor and dignity to rule and reign over their land once more. 100% rule and reign their land once more. They've defeated the most powerful foreign adversaries in the world with not just a few weapons that they have in their small but growing army, but their biggest weapon being used is pure heart, soul, blood, sweat, and tears of the people of their country and the unity of the future by a great visionary. And now, Burkina Faso is the beacon of hope for the next generation, and this man, Ibrahim Traore, is the thriving heartbeat behind it all. That is what makes this the greatest speech for 2025 throughout the world. These words are powerful. He not only talks about Africans as a whole, but he identifies Africa as a nation and what they are and who they are. If you know the story of this man and what he and his army and the citizens of Burkina Faso have gone through, you understand the significance of this moment right now. And even if you don't know the whole story, it's still the greatest speech ever given because everything he says is honest, truth, genuine. And this type of speech is what shakes the corrupt leaders to their core. But it gives honest leaders hope and heart to continue the fight for the freedom in their land. I could watch and listen to this speech over and over and over again, and I probably will when I need to be encouraged and motivated to move forward in life and something I believe in. But right now, I would like to watch it with you. So if you would please like, subscribe, click that notification button so when we get information out, you can get information in. And if you'd also like to, grab a drink and we'll watch this together. One love.
Your Excellency, your presence here at the invitation of His Excellency Mr. John Domoni Mahama reaffirms the historical fraternity between our two peoples and reinforces the confidence, the image, the pride of our Burkinabe community in Ghana. We know that you carry a message of hope. This diaspora, wherever it may be, is tomorrow committed to the development of our nation. Allow me to conclude my speech by wishing that your stay here in Ghana is crowned with success and blessings. May God, the Almighty and the Merciful be in control of everything.
Together, with faith and determination, we will overcome all obstacles. In life or in death, we will win. It is an immense pleasure and an honor to be here among you. And it is for this that I thank God for allowing this meeting to take place. God, thank you. At 10:56 we were able to arrive well this morning, and we are very proud to be among you and to exchange with you. It is really an honor. First of all, I would like us to observe a minute of silence, in memory of all our martyrs, who have died. Thank you. I would like to wish you a Happy New Year 2025. May God bless you and grant you a healthy life. May God make all your businesses successful, prosperous, and may there be union and love in your respective families and among you. May God protect you throughout this year, 2025, and help you realize your dreams. I would also like to pay tribute to our valiant fighting forces, who fight with their body and soul, as you can see, so that our Burkina Faso remains standing. Noble work, men of integrity. Each time they throw themselves into the mud, they know well that some will stay there, but duty calls them. This is the job of the army. We often feel nostalgic, but those who have the chance to defend Burkina Faso today, we must encourage them and applaud them. When they leave, we will not cry for them and we will have pity on our fate. If we cry for them, we must avenge them. Pay tribute to them as much as you can, because it does not allow anyone to get up and leave their homes to face the dangers, knowing well that they may not return in the evening. But this is what they do every day, and they have sworn to defend our dear country until the Supreme sacrificed, and the fighting forces hold their bet. Today, more than ever, our armed forces go wherever they want. At the moment I speak to you, there are several operations through several groups and we are inflicting colossal losses on the enemy and pushing him back little by little out of Burkina Faso. This battle, this war, we are going to win it and we are going to overcome imperialism, which activated this terrorism in our region. To hope to bring us back in these colonial times, to maintain us under their yoke, to exploit us until the end of time. Africa is waking up and no one can still close the eyes of Africans on our realities. No one can still come to divide us, to impose on us what they want. That's why we have done everything to be here today to speak to you, but also to come and wish good luck to President John Mahama. We wish him good luck because the challenges are numerous. Many challenges await him and I wish that you can accompany your brothers here. Pan-Africanism is a rather complex, but you, people, it is quite easy for you to lead this Pan-Africanism, well, because the people must love each other, the people must support each other. The problem very often of Pan-Africanism is among us, leaders, but we are going to put everything in place so that the leaders can go in the direction of their people, because the peoples are already integrated, they are Pan-African. If today, Ghana decided to bring President John Mahama to the head of the country, it is a strong message and I wish that you, Burkinabe, living in Ghana, you can accompany President John Mahama. The task will be difficult. There are certainly challenges to come on the security level, on the economic level. I wish that you can accompany the forces of defense and security in Ghana as much as you can, both on the intelligence level and on the economic level as you can. Support them as if you were supporting the Burkinabe armed forces. I'm telling you something, the challenges can be very numerous, in no case should you lose hope. You must accompany them and help them on all levels. A nation does not survive as long as it does not have a strong army. This is why I reiterate to you to support the forces of defense and security in Ghana. It is they who can help the country to rise to the economic level and to flourish. Then, I urge you to love the people here, to live in perfect symbiosis, in perfect harmony, as you are already doing very well. As I said, the peoples are already integrated. The problem is at the level of the leaders. Continue in this sense. Support your brothers in Ghana. Support them as much as you can. And above all, show this integrity. A country of integrated people must be a model. Burkina Faso must not create a problem. Burkina Faso must be a solution. You have always known how to behave through all your leaders here. Wish this dynamic to continue and that you can accompany the new president in his enormous task to revive the country's economy and above all to defend this country. We will work together to strengthen cooperation between Burkina Faso and Ghana and also between the ES and Ghana, because we have many challenges together and we have always been able to overcome them. The arrival of the new president must be a moment for us to warm up these relations and to bring them to the highest level. In the coming days, we will be able to see what can be done for the benefit of Burkina Faso, of the interior, as well as of you who are here. The grievances immediately raised by the representative are current grievances, and I think that the Ministry of Foreign Affairs has to be able to reorganize the diaspora so that we can solve these problems as easily as possible. This is why the councils have been established and the administrative documents and other documents you need to express your nationality are being modernized. If you follow the news, we certainly had documents, but it is not secure enough. Today, we are in a dynamic to secure all the identity documents in the country, but also in the space of AES and to harmonize them. This is why it takes a little time, but in January, normally, a meeting must take place with experts to perfect this issue of identity documents. And we hope that by then, you will be fully entitled to have your nationality, as it should be for Burkina Faso. We are committed to making this possible. Burkina Faso is committed to a path that you know, a difficult path perhaps, full of obstacles, but be sure, you should never lose hope. You should never be afraid. You should never doubt for a moment. From where you are, we hear your support. We feel it, and all those on the ground and the population in the country feel the support of the diaspora. And we expect to be able to continue to motivate your brothers inside, and that we can together regain the coat of arms of Burkina Faso. We have a dream, and this dream will be a reality in a very near future. Terrorism will end. We will develop our country. We will develop our industries and make it easier for you, investors, to come and invest in the country in secure conditions and in economic facilities that you want. We did not forget this during the last Diaspora Forum. We are seeing everything that can be brought together to allow you to come and invest easily in the profits of your brothers because we are an importer country and we know how to say it. Today the dynamic is to be able to transform our society. You have the chance to be in Ghana. Ghana is an ingenious country, and I think that a lot of technology can be transferred from here to the country. So we are waiting for you. As for us over there, we are developing to bring young people back to production. Production, especially agriculture and transformation. Because we cannot conceive that in this 21st century we will continue to import almost all our food from abroad. While we have a huge potential, we have the land. This year, we did the experiment on the portion that was secured. We are satisfied with the results, which means that next year, if God pleases, we will continue to provide our support to the peasant world, but especially to young agricultural entrepreneurs who want to get into production and encourage these industries of transformation. Burkina Faso will shine. Burkina Faso will be great. Our dream will come true if God pleases. And I encourage you to stay united, united between you and united with those who have welcomed you here. Be united with your African brothers. We are reactivating the Black People's Institute because Africa has the same history. We are treated in the same way by the imperialists. There is no reason why we are not united and that we block imperialism. Stay united, and show your Burkina Faso wherever you are. Thank you very much. We pray to God that everyone can return in peace, as well as we thank you for where we came from. And above all, thank you to all the leaders present here for the mobilization, for the effort of union that you make between Burkina Faso and here. We are very grateful to you, and thank you for the effort that is made so that the young people that we are stay attached to our culture. It is the only thing that if we lose our identity. This is why we have set up a day especially dedicated to our roots. Continue from where you are to teach the youth, to always be attached to their culture and never lose sight of it. Thank you to everyone. May God accompany you in all your works. May God protect you throughout the year. And may God bring you back, everyone, safe and sound, from where you came from. Lopatri ou Lomot. Thank you very much.
There he is, ladies and gentlemen. Ibrahim Traore. He did it. He did it. That is why it's one of the greatest speeches I've ever heard, because everything coming out of his mouth, he did it. He changed the world, right with that right there. And he changed it over the past few years by those words not just being words, but now has given identity to Africa as being powerful, as being not a pushover, as being one of the strongest people in the world because of their heart and their soul and their fight and they're standing together in unity. It's amazing to see what he's done. He's literally destroyed imperialism. He did it. So, Ibrahim Traore, my hat, it's off to you, my brother, and to all of those over there in Africa, your army, the people around you, and those that are in Africa right now, just standing behind him. You're in the battle. You're not only in the battle, but you've won battle after battle after battle. Victory is yours. We can see it's right around the corner. We can see it. We can see it in his face. We can see it in all those assassinations that didn't work. We can just see it, and we can feel it. It's a new day. Thank you, Lord. God is good. The first will be last, and the last shall be first. We're seeing it. So God bless you all. I want to thank you all for watching. Our prayers are out to you all, and victory is up ahead. One love, and we will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.